Hi everyone, this is Sugantha Priya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Full Stack Web Development, Dr.S.N.S. Rajlakshmi College of Arts and Science. This presentation is about the topic IP address, the subject Essence of Web Technology. So what is an IP address? An IP address, that is Internet Protocol Address, is a unique numerical label assigned to each device connected to a computer network that uses the Internet Protocol for communication. Mainly it serves for two purposes. One is identifying a device on the network. Next is locating the device to enable communication with the other devices over a network like the Internet. Next, we will discuss about the components of the IP address. First is the network portion, identifies a network to which the device belongs. Next is the host portion, which is going to identify the individual device on the network. Next is the subnet mask, that is for IPv4, defines which part of the IP is a network and which part is a host. Example, IP 192.168.1.10 with the subnet task 255.255.255.0 with the network ID 192.168.1.0 and a host ID of 10. Next, we will discuss the types of IP address. IP addresses can be classified into several ways based on their structure, purpose, and the type of the network they are used in. Here is a breakdown of different classification of IP address, that is based on addressing scope, based on IP version, based on assignment, and based on function. So based on the addressing scope, first is a public IP address. A public IP address is assigned to every device that directly accesses the internet. So this address is unique across the entire internet. Uniqueness and accessibility are its key characteristics and are assigned by the internet service providers when you connect to the internet through your internet service provider. Your device or a router receives a public IP address. These addresses can be static or dynamic. Example, if you host a website on your own server at your home, your ISP must assign a public IP address to your server so the user around the world can access your site. So next is your private IP address. A private IP address are used within the private networks and are not routable on the internet. This means that the devices within the IP addresses cannot directly communicate with the devices on the internet without a translating mechanism like a router performing network address translation NAT. There are only required to be unique within their own network and are used for communication between devices within the same network. Example, in a typical home network, the router assigns a private IP address to each device like smartphones, laptops, smart TVs from a reserved ranges. These devices uses private IPs to communicate with each other and with the router. Next is based on the IP version. So this is the most common form of IP address. It consists of 4 sets of numbers separated by dots. So this format can support over 4 billion unique addresses. Each octet represents an 8 bits or a byte or can take the value from 0 to 255. This range is derived from the possible combination of 8 bits, that is 2 to the power of 8, which is equal to 256 combination. So the example of IPv4 addresses 192.168.1.1. 92 is the first octet, 168 is the second octet, 1 is the third octet, and 1 is the fourth octet. Next is IPv6. The IPv6 addresses were created to deal with the shortage of IPv4 addresses. These uses 188 bits instead of 32, offering a vastly range great number of possible addresses. These addresses are expressed as 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits, each group representing 16 bits. 16 bits. These groups are represented by columns. Say the example of IPv6 addresses are 2001.0db8 colon 85A3 colon 0000.000. Each group like 2001 represents a 16 block of addresses. So next is based on function. So in the based on the function in the unicast addresses, the unicast data is sent from one sender to one specific receiver identified by a unique IP address. It is the most common type of communication used in the network. Its purpose is one-to-one communication. So next is the broadcast address. In the broadcast, a message is sent from one devices to all devices in the same network segment. Every device in the network receives a process the broadcast message. Its purpose is one-to-all communication within the network. So next is the multicast address. In the multicast, data is sent from one source to multiple selected receivers that are the part of the multicast group. Only devices that have joined the group will receive the data and making it more efficient than broadcasting. Its purpose is one-to-many selected group communication. Thank you.